Here we are at the bathroom, and there's a great set of shoulder stretches you can do before you even step foot inside. And these stretches are called the W, L, and Y stretches. And in fact, you can do them in any doorway, but I happen to like doing them in the bathroom. So the W, L, and Y denote your arm positions on the side of the door frame. So let me show you. So first, I'm going to start with a W. So my arms are in a W position. And what I like to do is step one foot through the door. This time I'm going to do my left foot. I'm going to gently lean through, getting a really nice stretch through my shoulders, upper pec area. I'm going to come back out. I'm going to switch my arm positions into the L position. Put my other foot through, keeping things balanced. I'm going to do the L stretches. You have to be careful here because sometimes, like mine, my shoulders really want to kind of sneak up. So try and make sure they stay down. Come back through. The shoulder is tight, so I'm going to lean through, kind of dropping my arm position, stretching the shoulder out. Going to come back up. And the final stretch in the doorway is the Y. My feet are together. I'm going to gently lean through. I'm going to lean through, put my arms in the Y position. I love this stretch. Really kind of gets a hold of my upper body. And then I'm going to be up. Now I'm going to do some stretches actually in the bathroom. Well, while you're in the bathroom and you're waiting for your shower to warm up, we can grab some stretches at the counter here. And this is also acting as your ballet bar like it does in the kitchen. So we're going to start by doing a standing downward dog. You're going to place your hands on the counter, really just kind of stretch back, feet about shoulder width apart, and really be pushing your hips back, really great extension through the spine. Kind of sink through a little bit. And then you're going to come back up for a minute. And you're going to go back into that standing downward dog. Getting a really good full body stretch. Paddle your legs a little bit. And then we're going to come back up. And when we're at the counter, we're now going to do a calf stretch. So we're going to have my front left leg bent and my back leg really pushing down into that calf muscle. And then we're going to switch legs. Going to rotate through the hips a little bit, pushing back through, getting a great stretch. My left calf muscle. Then we're going to come back up, rotate round, using the counter to hold on. We're going to do a quad hip flexor stretch. So focusing on your hips being level, knees trying to get them in alignment, holding your foot and really stretching. Great quad stretch, hip flexor stretch, pulling back through. And then we're going to rotate and do the other side. Grabbing this foot with this hand. Really trying to keep those hips level, reaching up through, stretching all the way back. And then back down. And this is a great time when you're brushing your teeth to get a quick hamstring and pigeon stretch in. So Surgeon General, I think, recommends that you brush your teeth for about 2 to 3 minutes. So while we're here, let's get a hamstring stretch in. So first of all, I'm going to put my leg up on the counter. And if this counter is too high for you, maybe you have a lower counter or even a stool in your bathroom, or you can even use the edge of your bathtub, but I'm going to use the counter. So I'm going to keep my chest up, rotating my hips in. It's really important to remember to rotate this hip in so you're getting the stretch at the hamstring attachment site. Chest up and forward. And I'm going to slowly drape forward, but I really want you to focus on keeping your chest up and forward because this is really how you get a really great stretch in this hamstring. And then we're going to come back out. I'm going to repeat that one more time. Flexing my foot a little bit more because I want a little bit of a deeper stretch through here. and then back out. And I'm just going to rotate my foot to get a really nice pigeon stretch at the counter. And depending on flexibility, depends on the angle that you have. And on this one, you really want to be focusing on pushing your hips out and pushing them back. Should be still brushing my teeth at this point. I'm going to switch legs. Always like to keep things balanced. And if you find one side is tighter than the other, just do the stretches on the tighter side a couple more times. So I'm reaching up, rotating my hips in, chest up and forward. And you'll see one side is always tighter than the other. I'm going to rotate my leg forward more. Deeper stretch through here. I'm going to come back up. And now, my nice pigeon stretch. I'm going to put my angle a little bit closer for this one. Pushing my hips out and back. And really kind of draping forward. You're going to slowly come back out of that stretch. Repeat it one more time. And really, it's really important to remember to push your hips back. So you're feeling the stretch in your glutes. Psoas in particular. Come back up and down. Hopefully you finished brushing your teeth by now. And now we're going to head to a very special place. Most of us will end up here at least once, twice, or maybe 3 times a day. And if you're not, maybe you need to see your doctor about that. But we're going to be in here. So while you're in here, instead of, which most of us do, is bring our electronic device in, and we're always texting. Our heads forward. We're creating that nasty little forward head thrust. How about we set it down and we do some nice neck stretches that will really help combat the forward head thrust that we always seem to have. So we're going to start by doing some head tilts. So I'm going to keep my chin over my sternum. And if you didn't get to do them in the bedroom, now's a great time to do them. So keep in mind chin over your sternum, your chest bone right here. You're going to tilt your head to the right, dropping your ear to your shoulder, not bringing your shoulder to your ear. I'm going to bring it back up. I'm going to drop it to the left side. You can see the side is tighter for me doing this on the right. And bring it back up. Really making sure you're keeping your chin over your sternum. And drop that another side. And my right again. Going to bring it back up. And then my left. Really trying to make sure you keep your shoulder down. And bring it back up. And now we're going to do some of those nice neck rolls. So I'm going to tilt my head down. Really roll it through. Tilting on the side. And then really rolling through again. I'm going to do that a couple more times. Do a really big swoop this time. Really kind of opening up that chest and neck. And then we're going to bring it back up. Stretch out my shoulder a little bit. And we're good. Who knew you can multitask on the toilet? So for those of you who have a really hard time touching your toes, this is a great one for you. Now, if you have a shower or tub combo at home, that's a perfect place. For this particular stretch, I'm going to show you in my tub, which is a standalone tub. So what you're going to do is slowly bend your knees, grab hold of your tub on either side, kind of just adjust a little bit. And then what you want to do while you're here is to slowly try and straighten your hamstrings. Now, it may be a little bit tight. Then what you're going to want to do is readjust a little bit more so your legs are bent and slowly straighten them while you're hanging on. And once you've done that, once you feel comfortable, you can let go with one hand and kind of slowly lower. And if you're really comfortable, you can do both. And this way, you're just going to slowly roll down. You can touch your toes. But if this is all much, just use this for stability and support. And if you can, go all the way down. And what's kind of nice that you can do this in your shower tub combo, you can actually have the water coming down on your back, which really kind of releases them as well. And you just kind of paddle your feet a little bit too, just to kind of loosen them up. And you can slowly come up. And this is a great one that you can do in your bathtub or shower combo, and really kind of gets those hamstrings warmed up for the beginning of your day. In the shower, it's a great time to kind of multitask. So while you're washing your hair, first thing in the morning, in the evening, it's a great time to use the hot water to really kind of relax your body and get some stretches in. So first of all, I'm going to do a standing downward dog. So I'm going to use my shower wall. I'm going to put my hands either side. And I'm just going to gently push my hips back and dropping through, getting a nice upper body stretch. I'm going to come back up. And this is a nice standing downward dog. So I'm putting my hands either side of the wall, kind of stretching through, getting my shoulders opening up. And if you can imagine, the shower is actually on, so the hot water is actually going down my back. It's really a nice stretch to do here. And then you can drop down to your forearms and get even a deeper stretch through here. You can even go a little bit lower, pushing your hips further back. And then you can come back up. And I really like to use this space to actually do some really nice hand-rich stretches. So I'm going to use the wall. I'm going to walk my hands around and then around. And you can lean back a little bit, getting a really nice stretch through here, flexors and extensors in your forearms. But be careful, because if the wall's slippy, you just want to make sure you're secure here. And if you're not comfortable with your hands on the wall, you can always pull back a little bit and use one hand to really stretch the forearm out. And I really like this one because the hot water, I get really tight here. We're typing, we're texting. So you're going to stretch one hand, and then we're going to go over and stretch the other. And then we can do flexors and extensors. You can shake them out, and then you can continue shampooing your hair.